Hey guys, and welcome to another video from the Parrot Bros. Today we're going to be showing you how to change this ugly old format gear knob into the nice newer one. So let's get stuck into it. Right, so now this gear knob is, I don't like it. I had a 10-year-old car which had exactly the same gear knob, so it's quite dated. And what I wanted to do was obviously fit a newer style one just so it looked a bit better. I didn't want to go for the front button one because it actually means having to heat up and melt the selector fork that pops up and down, which I'll show you in a minute. So I wanted to look for something newer. So I found a newer style one off of multiple models. I'll put the details down in the description of the part number of the new one that I'll be fitting. So if you wanted to get one, you can find them. I bought my one on eBay. It was £40. Second hand, but in a really great condition. So actually changing this tools wise, you don't really need a great deal. You need a flat-headed screwdriver and maybe some wire cutters, depending on how easy it is to get the clip off. Now obviously I've not done it before, so this is the first time we'll all be doing it together, but I've obviously had a quick look into it and seen what's involved. So firstly you need to pop this out. Now you can either pull on it. It's quite easy if you just pull the leather, put it in your fingers, and you can just pop one corner out, and then all you need to do is just work it away, and then you want to lift it up, revealing what holds the knob itself on. And there's a retaining sort of one-use clip here which we need to remove, and then we can get this off. So I'm going to try with a flat-headed screwdriver first, and what you need to do is one side of the clip, if it spins, which it does, you'll see that you can just put your screwdriver behind. Usually you can just, it's a bit fiddly, but if you can work your driver behind, I may need a new one. Right, let's get a smaller driver. Right, so we'll try for a smaller screwdriver first before I go and get the cutters. And what I try and do is go behind. There we go. And you just pop the clip out of its recess and it just pops off like that. And then all you got to do is just bend it out a little bit, so then you can pull it off. Now the newer style one doesn't actually have this clip, it has something built in. So that's the clip removed. Pop that down there. Now what we've got to do is, this is the fun part, to get the knob off, you have to pull the button out, and then you have to pull up on the gear knob itself. Now with this, don't sort of hammer it, you know what I mean. You just want to put a decent force on and it will just lift off. Now one little tip, if you intend on using this again, keep the button out, because once that goes in, that is it. So I've got down here, using the old tie that we've just pulled off, just insert that underneath the button, and there you go, that keeps the button out. Okay, so old one off. We'll put that down here, and here we've got the new one. Now obviously I've got cardboard. I actually had to pull the button out, and I'll do a little bit of a video later on in the video. I'll do a little bit about how to get the button out, because pretty much everyone that I saw didn't have the button out, so I had to actually get the button out myself, but we'll go through that in a little while. Now this one, like I was saying earlier, this has a retaining clip, which is a quarter turn clip for the retaining, so you don't actually need that metal clip that we cut off. Now putting it on, obviously you need to keep the button out, because there's a hole in this. I don't know if you'll be able to see because of the angle of the camera, but inside here there's a hole. Let me get my screwdriver to show you. There's a hole all the way through, which obviously the button has a hook which it allows to lift this up and down for you to be able to select the gears. Now you've got to keep the button out whilst keeping the button out. So I've got it wedged out with cardboard. You want to get it on. Oh, that's why you put multiple pieces of cardboard in. So we'll put it over. Oh, I haven't got it undone. There we go. So a good firm little tap. And then what you've got to do is just quarter turn this little clip, and then that is fixed on there. So that was a quarter turn sort of clockwise, and then literally just pull that out, and then if we get our keys, we should, let me come around the other side. Get my seat back so you can see. What we'll do, we'll start the car, and we should have a range of gears. Oh yeah, perfect. So there it is. Now, what we'll do, I'll turn this off so it doesn't talk to us. Then we go back around the other side, and we'll finish up. Okay, so putting this back in, real simple, straightforward. You need to work it down from the top first, because for some reason, obviously where you've had it pushed up, it's a nightmare. And then you just push it down nice and tight. The leather actually folds out, so you have to sort of tuck it back in again, and then just push that down, and there you go, all done. And I think that looks 10 times better because of the nice brushed aluminium, or the shiny aluminium, which matches this. It's got a more natural new feel to it. It looks more suited to the car than this ugly old round thing. I mean, if you wanted to change the leather gaiter, I'll just show you. So you need to remove this clip, which I believe you'll have to just get, if you've got a screwdriver, you have to basically squeeze the clips in that you undone the circlip from. That pulls that retaining screw off, the nut off, and then you can take the leather gaiter off and swap it for that one. I actually quite like this newer one because this come off a 2015 car, I believe, so it's in a really nice condition, really supple leather. So I'm going to keep that like that, because I'm going to be getting, at some point, my steering wheel redone, and I'll get rid of the white stitching. So to have the black stitching is quite a nice little touch. But I mean, tell me what you think, guys. I mean, do you prefer this one to the front-facing button? So there it is. They are the two knobs. Now, you can buy, I found one on Amazon, you can buy one of these that is brand new, and it's about £40–45 at the time I looked, but obviously it's not genuine. So this is a genuine one, removed from a car, a 2015 car from a breakers, comes with warranty, so obviously if it's no good you can send it back, get your money back. And I'd always recommend using genuine because the quality is built to last, whereas some of the other second-hand ones you don't, sorry, not second-hand, some of the second produced ones you don't know the quality. So that is the case. Now what I'll do is we'll jump inside and I will pop the clip out of this and I'll show you how to get the button out. It's a bit fiddly, but it's good to know, because then you can buy, maybe it's a cheaper one that has the button already pushed in. But yeah, so there you have it, guys. That is it fitted. Okay, so let's get into the fun part. Now, when I was looking online, unless it was attached to the full selector mechanism, which obviously is going to cost you a lot more, it didn't have the button popped in. Now I will sacredly drop the button in. So that is now flush. You need it out to be able to install it, and pretty much everyone that's selling them second-hand online sells them like this. Now, I've seen people try and in the past try and put something up there, try and sort of figure it out, but if you can imagine, attached to this, it's like a hook that goes the way the button does. It's not really, through that tiny little hole there, there's not really any way to get something up there and to be able to get it out far enough. Now, there's loads of different methods. I always try and go for the least destructive option, because obviously you don't want to scratch this beautiful sort of brushed chrome, or whatever you want to call it, satin chrome. And obviously I'd rather do this at the table because it is literally 31 degrees outside and it is roasting. So what I used, not ideal, if you've got something stickier it's better, but this is what I did with the other one. I've not actually tried it on this one because obviously this one was in the car, so I don't know how this will work, but I'll show you what I did on the other one and it worked for me. So get some brown tape or some tape of some description, and you want to cut a couple of pieces. We'll leave that like that for a minute. And what I did was just to try and, see if I can get this on camera for you, is to try and offer this down the side of the button. It'll only let you go so far anyway, and this one I think might be trickier than the rest. It's a bit tighter down the side. But what I've done was, on the other one it's a little bit easier because the button's a bit bigger at the side, but offered it down the side of the button and folded it back on itself about halfway. So you can see that. And then get another bit and do exactly the same thing on the other side. So what we want to try and do, if you can, is get it down as far as you can. Like I said, this button's a bit of a pain in the butt. Now, you want to have something ready. I had some cardboard. Obviously, I'll use this clip because this is my old one. And what I did was, because you've got it stuck down the sides and you've got it stuck to the button and to itself, it gives you a nice little, see that? Allows you to pull the button out. This one's actually easier than the other one. The other one's a bit more fiddly because the button's a bit bigger and it has quite a strong rebound. So you literally pull the button out to maybe the point where you can grab it with your fingers, pull it out, and then get your cardboard, because obviously you don't want to damage it, stick it underneath, and there you have it. And you can just pull your tape off, and there you have your button out ready to be fitted in the car. So guys, that is old to new. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, I'll put the part number down in the description, and it will fit pretty much anything that has this style gear knob that looks the same. And obviously before you do it, make sure underneath it looks the same. But I'm sure Audi use that on a multitude of platforms. So if you're looking to sort of freshen up the interior of your car, everything else is pretty much nice. I will be doing something with the steering wheel, so stick around for that, but it won't be for a couple of months because they are expensive. So I'm trying to save up the money to buy the bits for that. So nice cheap one. I mean, I bought it for £40, and then after buying it, because I was watching a different one, someone offered me one for 30 quid. So there's definitely a bargain to be had. Nice little modification, 30 quid, genuine Audi, 40 quid, whatever. And it makes the inside look that little bit newer without having to heat up and bend that plastic thing, which obviously I didn't really fancy doing. It's doable, loads of people have done it, but heating and melting and bending plastic is not really for me. So that's that, guys. If you're new to the channel, jump into the playlist for the S4. There's loads of great videos in there for loads of different modifications similar to this. So thanks for watching, guys. That's another video from the Parrot Bros. Bye for now.